Hello students, standard 9, chapter number 4, linear equation in two variables. Right? Now, in our previous video, where we solved the exercise 4.3, 1 to 7 questions we defined. In that 1 to 7 questions, there we draw the graph of the given linear equation. So, for drawing the graph of linear equations, first of all, we find we make the equation in one of the variable, because here is in an equation there are two variables, right? So we make equations main term as one of the variable. Then after we take the different value of x and we define the one table, and from the table we define the ordered pair, and that ordered pair we plot on a graph, and we join the that points. So we get the one straight line for the linear equations, right? The same way we have to in exercise 4.3 question number 8 we have to solve, in which they say in countries like USA and Canada, the type of countries in which temperature is measured in Fahrenheit, right? Like USA and Canada, they use the temperatures measurement in a Fahrenheit, right? Whereas in countries like India, it is measured in Celsius. You all are in India, all these states temperature you observe in the news, right? They mention 31 Celsius, 35 degrees Celsius. That way they measure the temperature. Like in India, we all are now measure temperature in a Celsius, but in USA and Canada they measure the temperature in a Fahrenheit unit, right? So here is a linear equation that converts the Fahrenheit to the Celsius. So they give these linear equations, Fahrenheit to Celsius conversion, that is one of the equation, right? So they give this linear equation. The first question they say, draw the graph of that linear equations. Okay. Now if you say, sir, how we can say this is a linear equation? Suppose I give you in place of f, suppose I write the y variable, then this is a 9 by 5. In place of Celsius, if I write the x plus 32, right? If you compare them, then you can say, sir, both variables power is 1. Both variables power is 1. Or you can say degree is 1. Whenever any equation's degree is 1, then you can say it is a linear, right? So this equation is a linear equation. Okay? That's why here that is given in a linear equation. So its graph we have to draw the graph of that linear equation. And using that image we have to use for x-axis we have to take the Celsius, and for the y-axis we have to take the Fahrenheit. Okay, so on x-axis we have to take the Celsius unit, y-axis we have to draw the Fahrenheit unit. Okay. Then second question is given that all these questions we will discuss after drawing the graph. Okay. So first of all we have to draw the graph in that one. So we have to first of all define the points, or you can say we have to make a plot the table, right? So for defining the table, here I have to take the Celsius different value, and we have to find out what is our Fahrenheit value. Okay, so suppose I take the different value, which value we can take? See that Celsius is multiplied with 9 by 5. So here in denominator there is a 5. So we have to take the Celsius value which is divisible by 5. Okay. So that type of Celsius value we have to take. First I take the Celsius value as a 0. Okay. So if when Celsius value is equal to 0 we take, then what is our f value? So f equation is that f is equal to 9 by 5, and Celsius value we have to take a 0. So 9 by 5 is multiplied with 0, because Celsius value is 0, plus 32, right? So any number, this number is multiplied with 0, so we get only 0. Like suppose I say 5 multiplied with 0. So what is your answer? 0 only, right? Suppose you say, if I say 2 by 3 is multiplied with 0, so that number is multiplied with 0, so we get 0 only. So that multiplication is a 0 only. Then plus 32. So we get the f value is 0 plus 32 is what? 32. So when we take the c is equal to 0, then we get the f value is a 32. Same way another value C value we have to choose. As I told you, denominator having a 5, so we have to choose a C value as a multiple of 5. Okay. So suppose I take the when C is equal to minus 10. Suppose I use the C is equal to minus 10. Why take the here I minus 10? Because if I take the minus 10, then it is a divisible by 5. So here I get the minus 2. 5 is a 10. Minus 2 here I get. Okay. Right? Because it is a cancel out. So minus 2 is multiplied with 9. So we get the minus 18. In which we have to add this plus 32. Right? So we get the another number. Right? So that way we have to take the x is equal to minus. C is equal to minus 10. Okay. So here if C is equal to minus 10. So in that Fahrenheit equation we get the 9 by 5 into C value we have to take as a minus 10. So plus 32. Right. So we give the simplification. This is a 5 2s. So we get the 9 into minus 2 plus 32. 9 into minus 2 is a minus 18 plus 32. So its summation is become a plus 14. Right? Plus minus. So there are two numbers, the subtraction we have to do. But bigger number sign we have to put. So we get the 14 plus. Okay, so F value we get the 14. Right? Same way, suppose I take the own Celsius value is multiple of 5. Celsius value multiple of 5. Suppose I take the minus 15. Right? So what we get? We get the F is equal to 9 by 5 and Celsius value I have to take as a minus 15 plus 32. So this is a 5 3s. So this is a minus 3. So 9 into minus 3 plus 32. So we get the 9 into 3 is a 27. But minus sign is there. So minus 27 plus 32. Right. So what we get? Plus minus minus. So that two number subtraction we have to do. So 32 minus 27. So we get the 5. But bigger number sign we have to put. So 32 is a bigger number. So its sign is a plus. So that's why our answer is a plus. So we get the F value is a 5. Okay. So we take the 3 value. Now from this 3 value we have to define the table. We get the following table. As they say in a question number 1, ounce Celsius we have to take on a x-axis. So first in a table we define on a here ounce Celsius. On y-axis we have to write the Fahrenheit. So in y-axis I define the Fahrenheit. So when I take the first value of ounce Celsius is a 0, then I get the Fahrenheit value as a 32. When I take the ounce Celsius value as a minus 10, then I get the Fahrenheit value as a 14. When I take the Celsius value as a minus 15, then Fahrenheit value we get the 5. So plot the ordered pair. Which ordered pair? One by one we have to write 0 32, then minus 10 14, then minus 15 5, and join them. These points you have to plot on a graph and join them. So we get, so AB is a straight line. We get. Right? How we get everything we have to draw. So here I mentioned the graph. Okay. Here I draw the graph. As per the question, on x-axis we have to take a Celsius, and on y-axis we have to take the Fahrenheit. On y-axis we have to take the Fahrenheit, right? As here mentioned. Now, which value we have to take? In ounce Celsius 0 minus 10 minus 15 is there. So here I have to take the 0 and observe the question. All these questions. If you observe the question, then ounce Celsius 30 value, 95 Fahrenheit value we require, right? So up to 100 we have to write in a Fahrenheit. In a Fahrenheit up to 100 100 we have to write the, so that's why here I take the 1 centimeter is equal to 10 unit, right? 1 centimeter is equal to 10 unit. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and up to 100. Okay. Same way on the negative y-axis, minus 10, minus 20, minus 30, minus 40, minus 50, minus 60. Okay. On x-axis means on Celsius, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 unit. I take 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Same way on negative x-axis, minus 10, minus 20, minus 30, minus 40, minus 50. Okay. Now we have to plot the ordered pair. First pair, observe. First pair is a x coordinate value is 0, y coordinate value is a 32. So on x axis, where is your 0 value? So on x axis, our 0 value is here, right? And y value is a 32. So that point on y axis 32. After 30, we get here 32. So that is our point 0, 32. In chapter number 3, we already studied that whenever x coordinate of the point is 0 and y coordinate value is given, so that point lies on which axis? Y axis. So that's why 0, 32 is comes on a y axis. Okay. Second pair, second point, minus 10, 14. So x coordinate value is a minus 10. So on x axis, minus 10 value is here. So from that, we have to draw the one perpendicular line. From that, we have to draw the one perpendicular line. And y coordinate value is a 14. So on y axis, 14 value comes here in between 10 to 20. Suppose nearby here we get. So this is a 14 value. So that's why we have to draw the one perpendicular line. And that minus 10 and 14 both are point intersect here. So that points we have to give the name minus 10, 14. Okay. Then third point, minus 15, 5. So x coordinate value is a minus 15, which is comes on x axis in between minus 10 and minus 20, minus 15. And y coordinate value is a 5. So y coordinate on y axis 5 we get here, right? In between 0 and 10. So from both the points we have to draw the one perpendicular line. So from both the points we have to draw the one perpendicular line. So suppose here we get this point name is a minus 15 and plus 5. Okay. Now as I told you, we on the graph, after plotting their points on the graph, we have to join them. So that all 3 points we have to join, right, with the straight line. Okay, so that way we join the all points using the scale. Using the scale, you can draw the straight line. Okay. Okay. Now, this is a graph. We can say this is a line AB, which is a graph of the given of Celsius and Fahrenheit linear equations graph. Okay, so that way you have to plot, right? Now, first question we complete, draw the graph. That is, there is our graph. Now, second question. They say, if the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, then what is the temperature in Fahrenheit? So, how we can get this value, temperature in Fahrenheit from the graph? So, on x-axis, temperature is 30 degrees of Celsius. So, on graph, we have to check it out. On graph, this is our Celsius. Where it is our 30 degree value? Here we get the 30 degree value. So at that 30 degree of Celsius, what is our temperature in Fahrenheit? So at that point, at the 30 on Celsius, we have to draw the one perpendicular line. We have to draw the one perpendicular line. Okay, and you have to reach to the graph, up to the graph. So here you get the 1 point. From 30 degree of Celsius, what is our temperature in Fahrenheit? So what we have to do, on Celsius at a 30-degree point, we have to draw the one perpendicular line to our graph. Here you get the point from in our graph, you have to check it out the Fahrenheit value. So from that, we have to draw the one perpendicular line. Okay, you have to draw the one perpendicular line. So you get that point. This point is represented at 30 on Celsius the Fahrenheit value. So that value you get, which is in between 80 to 60. So you get the 86 Fahrenheit. Okay. So second question answer is, if temperature in 30 on Celsius, then we get our answer in Fahrenheit. We get the 86 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, so from the graph, that way you have to check it out. At 30 on Celsius, temperature in Fahrenheit. So from the 30 on Celsius perpendicular line, we have to draw on that straight line point. On that straight line, so we get 1 point, and from that point we have to draw the perpendicular line on y-axis, or you can say on Fahrenheit line. Right? So you get the whatever the value. This is your Fahrenheit value at 30 on Celsius. Third question: if the temperature is 95 Fahrenheit, then what is your temperature in degree Celsius? So on 95 Fahrenheit, so 95 value in Fahrenheit comes here, right? In between 90 to 100. So from that we have to draw one perpendicular line. Okay, on our graph, on our straight line graph, and whatever the point you get, you have to consider for the in between here we get in ounce Celsius, that value is in between 30 to 40. So we can say this is a 35 ounce Celsius, right? So at 95 Fahrenheit, we draw one perpendicular line on our straight line. Whatever point we get, from that we draw the one perpendicular line on our Celsius axis, or you can say x-axis. So that x-axis value is represent the ounce Celsius value. So third question answer is what? If temperature in Fahrenheit 95 degree, then we get our ounce Celsius value is what? 35 ounce Celsius. Okay, so third question is complete. Now fourth one. See, if the temperature is 0 degree Celsius, then temperature in Fahrenheit is what? So in ounce Celsius, that is x-axis ounce Celsius, 0 value is here, right? 0 degree Celsius. So temperature in Fahrenheit, right? So your straight line, where it is intersect in Fahrenheit value. So you can say our straight line is intersect here, right? At that y coordinate value is what? Here the y coordinate value is 32. So we can say in fourth question, if temperature is 0 degree ounce Celsius, then in Fahrenheit we get the 32 degree Fahrenheit, right? On x-axis, or in case ounce Celsius axis, 0 value is here. So at that 0 value, y coordinate value is what? So in graph, that is our straight line. So y coordinate value, that straight line is touched to the y-axis at a 32 point. So that's why we can say 32 degree Fahrenheit. And in fourth one, second question is also given. If the temperature is 0 ounce Fahrenheit, so on Fahrenheit axis 0 value we get here, right? So what is your ounce Celsius value? So this is ounce Celsius. So your straight line, it is intersect to the ounce Celsius, which value? Whenever the 0 degree Fahrenheit. So we can say that 0 degree Fahrenheit and ounce Celsius value is intersect here. The graph is intersect here. So that value is what? So if you observe, this is a minus 15 value, minus 15, and between minus 20 we get the value, right? So we can say if the temperature in 0 degree Fahrenheit, then we get the in between minus 15 to minus 20, so you get the minus 17.8 ounce Celsius or degree Celsius. Okay, so nearby you get the value. If you draw the properly in the graph, so you get that value nearby. Okay, minus 17.8 degrees Celsius. And fifth question, that is important. Is there a temperature which is numerically the same? Right? Both Fahrenheit and Celsius. If yes, find it. Numerically same means what? Suppose I said 20 degree ounce Celsius is equal to 20 degree ounce Fahrenheit is possible from that graph. So that thing it is called the numerically same, right? So here it is not possible. On Celsius we take the 20, then we get the Fahrenheit is a 60 degree, right? So from this graph, from this straight line, you can say in positive that value is not equal, right? Not same is possible. But in negative, observe here that is our graph. So we get the here minus 40, that graph minus 40, and this is a minus 40. So both ounce Celsius and ounce Fahrenheit both are become equal at that point. Okay, so we can say here our fifth question answer is yes. Yes, there is a one temperature at that numerical it is become a same. At which temperature? Find it. So we find that it is a minus 40 ounce Celsius. Minus 40 ounce Celsius. It is equal with minus 40 degree Fahrenheit. Okay. So that way, the question number 9 plus question number 8 you can solve, and from the graph you have to find out the all remaining questions answer. Right? Now we have to solve the exercise 4.4. Okay. Now we have to solve the exercise 4.4, which is also we have to plot the graph in one variable as well as two variable. Exercise 4.4, question number 1, that is give the geometric representation of y is equal to 3 as an equation. First question is given in one variable, and second question is given in two variable. Okay. So first of all, they said geometrical representation we have to do. So in all of you remember chapter number 1 in number line. So in number line we represent the 0. Here is a positive value. Here minus 1, minus 2, and minus 3. Right? And whenever chapter number 3 we take, so there we define x and y axis. Here 0 we represent. Here is a 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Here is a 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So that graph we use whenever the equation in two variable, right? And that number line we use the geometrical representation for equations value, or you can say equation solution in one variable. In one variable we use the number line to representation of any variable value, and whenever two variable is given equation, then its value we can represent on that graph. Okay, so that's why they said geometrical representation of that y is equal to 3 in one variable as well as in two variable we have to do. So for one variable we have to choose the number line for representation of that equation. Okay, and two variable we have to draw the Cartesian plan in which we have to represent the points and draw the line. Okay, so first we define in a solution. First we take the equation y is equal to 3 in one variable. First question. Right. So that is equation in a one variable. So in one variable, so we get the unique solution. Which unique solution? Y is equal to 3. So this equation has unique solution. Only one solution. Y is equal to 3. Right? So the geometric representation in number line. So number line we are all are know that way we have to represent, in which 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here is a minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. In which in that number line y is equal to 3. So on that number line y is equal to 3 is here. Right? So we have to mention here y is equal to 3. So that equations in one variable's geometrical representation is done, right, on number line. Now second, in which we have to define that equation in two variable, right? So here I represent second equations y is equal to 3 in two variable. But in a given equation there is only one variable y. So another variable is not given, but we have to mention in a two variable. So for the another variable, what we have to do, that variable we have to write with the zero coefficient. Right? X variable is not given, but as they said, you have to represent in two variable that equation. So that's why I take the x variable with the coefficient of 0, because here is not given, plus y is equal to 3. Right? So now we can say this equation y is equal to 3. Y is equal to 3 in two variable. Two variable is what? X and y. These are the two variable. But x coefficient we take the 0 because in a given equation it is not given x variable. That's why we represent with the coefficient with the 0. Now this representation we have to define geometrically. Geometrically means we have to plot the graph. So as we take the, we have to first of all make a table. So when we take the x different values, x is equal to 0, right? So x is equal to, we take as a 1. So if you take the x is equal to 1, the 0 into 1 plus y is equal to 3 you get in that equation. 0 into 1 means what? You get the 0 only. 0 into 1, any number multiply with 0 plus y is equal to 3. So at that case we can say 0 plus y is a y is equal to 3. Right? When we take the another value, x different value, suppose I take the x is equal to 2, right? Then that value you have to take in that equation. So 0 into 2, x value 2 we have to take, plus y is equal to 3. 0 into 2, any number multiply with 0, so we get the 0 only, y is equal to 3. So we get the 0 plus y means what? Y is equal to 3. So x is equal to 2 we take, then we get the y is equal to 3. Suppose I take the another value of x. When x is equal to, I take as a 3 here. So put here 0 into 3 plus y is equal to 3. Any number multiply with 0. So we get the 0 only, plus y is equal to 3. 0 plus y means what? It is the y only is equal to 3. So we get the table, we get the following, we get the table. Which table? On x and y axis we have to represent x coordinate and y coordinate we have to represent. When x value I take as a 1, in that case y value I get as a 3. When x value is I take as a 2, then y value I get as a 3. When x value I take as a 3, then y value I get as a 3. So plot the ordered pair. Plot the ordered pair. Which pairs? One by one we have to write 1 3. Second is a 2 3. Third is a 3 3. And on we have to plot the ordered pair on graph and join them. So we get straight line. We get the straight line. Okay, you give the name AB, so you get the straight line AB. So that ordered pair we plot here, and we draw the graph x-axis and y-axis. Here is a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Okay. Now first point we have to plot 1, 3. So x coordinate is 1, y coordinate is 3. So on x-axis 1 is here, right? On y-axis 3 is here. So from both the points we have to draw the one perpendicular line, right? And this the point name is a 1, 3. Now second point is a 2, 3. So on x-axis 2 point. On x-axis 2 is here, and y-axis there is a 3. So y-axis is 3 here. From both the points we have to draw the one perpendicular line. So we get this is a 2, 3. Third point is 3, 3. X coordinate value is 3. Y coordinate value is 3. X coordinate value is 3 from there, and y coordinate value is 3. So we get this point 3, 3. So we have to join them. All these points we join. So you get this type of straight line. So you give the name AB. So we get the AB is a straight line. So observe that whenever one variable y is equal to 3, we plot in a two variable, right? So whatever the graph of the straight line of that equation, which is exactly parallel to the x-axis, This is exactly parallel to the x-axis. Okay, so remember that thing. When y is equal to 3 is given, right? Then its graph in a two variable, it gives you parallel to x-axis. Okay, it is a parallel to x-axis. Here as we give. Okay, so this is a graph of y is equal to 3 equations in a two variable. Okay, so this is very easy as we saw in a previous exercise and plot the graph. Same way you have to plot the graph. Now in question number 2 there is given question number 2, give the geometrical representation of 2x plus 9 is equal to 0. 2x plus 9 is equal to 0 as an equation in one variable and in two variable. So in question number 1, 2x plus 9 is equal to 0 in one variable because x is only one variable. So what we have to do? We have to find out the x variable's value. X variable value we have to find out. Then after we have to plot that value on number line. So how we can find out the x value? As here it is given 2x plus 9 is equal to 0. X value we have to find out. So plus 9 is goes to the right hand side. So it is become a minus 9. Right? Plus 9 is goes to the equal to the right hand side. So plus sign is become a minus. Now x value we have to find out. So that 2 which is multiple of x is goes to the right hand side in a denominator. So x value we get the minus 9 by 2. So that is our x coordinate value, x value. Minus 9 by 2 is what? 9 divided by 2. So 2 4s are 8. We get the remainder as a 1. So 1 is not divisible by 2. So we put here 0. Decimal point we have to put 2 5s are 10. Right? So 0 0. So we can say minus 9 by 2 means minus 4.5 in a decimal you get. So that x value minus 4.5 in one variable you have to plot on a number line. Okay. So we have to define 2x plus 9 is equal to 0. That equations in one variable has unique solution because that equation in one variable only, right, has unique solution. Okay, and its geometrical representation x is equal to minus 9 by 2 on number line. So how we can represent x is equal to minus 9 by 2? This is a 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4. As I told you, minus 9 by 2 means minus 4.5 in decimal form. So minus 4.5 comes in between minus 4 and 5. Exactly mid value it is minus 4.5. So here we have to plot the point and we have to mention x is equal to minus 9 by 2. So this is a representation that equation in a one variable geometrical representation is done. But that equation's representation in two variable. So how we can define? So 2x plus 9 is equal to 0. Right? So as I told you that equations in two variable is not given. So we have to write in two variable. So how we can write? Whatever the another variable is not given, we have to write with the coefficient 0. 0 into 1. Right? And plus 9 is equal to 0 we get. Okay, so here we write that equation in two variable. Now we have to take the x value they have already given, where x coefficient given, but y coefficient is 0. So y different value we take. Suppose y we take as a 1, right? So what we get? Y if you take in a 1, so 2x plus 0 into 1 plus 9 is equal to 0, right? So that value is 0 only. 0 into 1 means, and plus 9 is goes to the right hand side. So we get the 2x is equal to minus 9. Plus 9 is become a minus 9. So we get the x value is what? X value. The 2 is goes to the right hand side. So we get the minus 9 by 2 only. Now suppose I take the y is equal to 2. Y is equal to 2. Right? So what we get? That value we put here. Here 2 into x plus 0 into y value we put as a 0 plus 9 is equal to 0. So that value 0 into 2 means 0 only. Plus 9 is goes to the right hand side. So it is become a minus 9, and this 2 is goes to the right hand side, so x value we get the minus 9 by 2. When we take the y is equal to 2, x value we get the minus 9 by 2. Y is equal to 1, then x value is a minus 9 by 2. Same way, suppose I take the y is equal to 3, so we plot here that point value y is equal to 3, so 2x plus 0 into 3 plus 9 is equal to 0. 0 into 3 means 0 only, plus 9 is goes to the equal to the right hand side, become a minus 9, right? So what is our x value? X value, that 2 is goes to the right hand side in denominator, so x value is minus 9 by 2. So we can say whenever we take the y's different value 1, then x value is minus 9 by 2. Whenever we take the y is equal to 1, then x value we get the minus 9 by 2. When we take the y is equal to 2, then x value is a minus 9 by 2. When I take the y is equal to 3, then I take the x is equal to minus 9 by 2. Okay, so all x value are equal. So we have to plot the points. Which point we have to plot the points on a graph? Minus 9 by 2 1, minus 9 by 2 2, and minus 9 by 2 3 on the graph, and we have to join them, so we get the straight line. Okay, so here I draw the graph of them. Okay, this is x axis, this is the y axis. This is a 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Here is a 1, 2, 3. Here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here is a minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Now first point is what? Minus 9 by 2. As I told you, if you divide that rational number 9 divided by 2, so you get the minus 4.5 in decimal form. Okay, so first coordinate is x coordinate is minus 9 by 2. So on x axis minus 9 by 2 you get here, and y coordinate value is 1, so on y axis 1 is here. So from both the points you have to draw the one perpendicular line. This point name is a minus 9 by 2 1. Second point, minus 9 by 2 2. So x axis value minus 9 by 2 here you get, and y axis 2 value here. So from both the points you have to draw the one perpendicular line. Okay, this is a minus 9 by 2 point, right? And minus 9 by 2 3, minus 9 by 2 is here, so draw the one perpendicular line. On y axis 3 is here, so draw the perpendicular line where both the points are intersecting, that is point our minus 9 by 2 3. So after plotting that 3 points, we have to join that point with the straight line. Okay, suppose we give the name AB. So this is our AB line, which is represent the 2x plus 9 is equal to 0's graph. 2x plus 9 is equal to 0's graph. So observe that thing. Here the given equation in variable x, only one variable is given. But that equations we draw plot on a two variable. So we whatever the graph, or we can say whatever the straight line we get, which is parallel to the which axis? Parallel to the y axis. Right? Given equation in one variable which is x, then we get the graph which is parallel to the y axis. In our previous question, there is given y is equal to 3. Given equation in a one variable y is equal to 3, then we get the graph which is parallel to the x axis. So that thing you have to conclude. Okay. So that is a graph of a